exploring social preference modeling, a neuroeconometrics perspective.
Welcome to the Universal Principles podcast. Today, we're diving into social preference modeling. It's about how our decisions are influenced by the people around us. We are trying to model that influence. But what does it even mean to model social influence?
Thanks for having me. From a neuroeconometrics perspective, social preference modeling involves building mathematical models that incorporate social factors to predict individual choices. We often use neural data, like brain scans, to understand how things like trust, fairness, and reciprocity actually affect economic decisions in the brain. Think of it as quantifying the social in social science. What's exciting is getting to that why behind our choices.
Neuroeconometrics. Fascinating. Before we dive into specific examples, can you elaborate on the higher concept behind social preference modeling? What bigger picture are we painting here?
Absolutely. The higher concept touches on social dynamics and influence. We're trying to understand how social interactions shape our behaviors and decisions. Another major concept is studying neural activity during economic transactions, like in trust games, to model these complex social interactions. It's like reverse engineering the social contract.
So how does this all play out in real life? Can you give us a concrete example where social preference modeling is applied?
One classic example is using trust games. We monitor brain activity while people decide whether to trust a partner with money. The model then predicts future behavior. We can see how activity in areas associated with empathy and reward processing correlates with trusting decisions. Another area is understanding charitable giving and how social pressure affects donations. It turns out guilt is a really strong motivator.
Guilt, huh? I knew it. Any other practical applications you can think of?
Definitely, think about financial markets. Social preference modeling can help explain herd behavior, where investors mimic each other, sometimes irrationally. We also see it in online social networks, where people's opinions and behaviors are heavily influenced by their social connections and the information shared within their network. The internet is just a big trust game.
Interesting, so it's not just economics. Are there similar principles in other fields?
Absolutely. A related principle is consumer behavior analysis in marketing. Marketers use data to understand consumer preferences and target advertising campaigns. The underlying idea is the same: understanding how external factors, including social ones, influence individual choices. They are really just trying to get you to buy things.
Okay, this is powerful stuff. Any practical tips for our listeners on how they can use these insights in their own lives or work?
Sure, first, pay attention to your own biases. Understand how your social circle influences your decisions. Second, be aware of how others might be using social influence to manipulate you. Are you following the crowd blindly? Finally, when trying to persuade someone, understand their social values and tailor your message accordingly. Connect with them.
Great advice, so be self-aware, question influence, and connect with others. Any final thoughts on social preference modeling before we wrap up?
Just that it's a rapidly evolving field with huge potential to improve our understanding of human behavior and decision-making. And that the more research we do, the better we can predict the markets.
Fantastic! Thanks for shedding light on this fascinating principle. This has been another episode of Universal Principles, exploring the world one principle at a time.